Bright Suns ETT Squad, day 2, and we're gonna visit the Montezuma Castle. And we're gonna go, let me show you the map really quick. We're gonna see some sought after real estate here. Some condos up in the mountains, historical condos up in the mountains, carved in the rocks. Let's go.
Turn left onto Montezuma Castle Road.
Buffalo jerky.
Yeah.
Elk
In
jerky.
2.1 miles, prepare to park your car near Park Trail. You will need to walk to your destination from there.
Oh, interesting. I wonder how long the walk is. Timeless beauty. Oh, I can't wait to see this up in person, right? Oh wow, look at this. Look at those cliffs. Oh geez, look at this. Can you imagine living up there? There had to be another spot to get into the castle, right? To get inside in the back? Because think of it, every time you went to go hunting or get your water, to climb up those rocks just to go to your house. Look
I'm
at
sure
this.
there's an elevator in there.
Yeah. But there had to be another side. And Baby Yoda decided to take a nappy nap. He's in the car, right, Lovey?
Yeah.
He's like, you guys go. I'll do my magic tricks. Take a nap. Can you imagine creating a home here right now? To construct a cliff home, residents made use of naturally eroded alcove and fit 20 rooms into the shape of its contours. Look at the way they did this. Why build a home in a cliff face?
Imagine yourself visiting here over 7 centuries ago and receiving an invitation into this cliff-dwelling home. On the top floor, the elderly village lookout keeps his solitary vigil. His eyes search for approaching danger to those working the fields below the castle. It seems that over the ages, children and their actions change very little. On the 4th floor, you'll find a concerned mother scurrying to reach her adventuresome son, precariously balanced on the edge of the roof. On the 3rd floor, an aging man leads his blind wife across the balcony. You'll also meet women busily preparing food, getting supplies from storerooms, making pottery and grinding corn. Usually women ground the corn, their staple food, only in small as-needed quantities and prepared it in various ways. Weavers used the 2nd floor loom to weave cotton breechcloths, bags, and blankets. Today, you can see examples of their varied weaving patterns in the visitor center. Villagers used the wooden ladders as stairways to carry up provisions from fields and water from Beaver Creek.
They actually probably had tunnels going into different areas
yeah.
back here.
Trail's closed.
Trails closed. Actually, where does this trail go to? Does that go to the water? To the water area? Oh wow, there's more caves back there. Look at this over here. Look at that section.
Yeah.
Go to the right. Go to the right
Yeah,
side.
hang on.
Go to the right side. Look at that. There's just a bunch of stuff there. Beautiful trail, right? So they call it alcoves and cavatis. I wonder if I saying it right. The abundant
Cavats.
alcoves and rock shelters found in cliffs throughout the Verde Valley served as homes, storage units, and spiritual sites. Oh, so that's where the water's at. There's no water right now. Beaver Creek has always been a major focus of life in the Verde Valley. Excavating Tuzigoot, a monumental project. Check this out. This was buried in they excavated in 1933, and then they found, after they dug it out, look what they found. People actually lived here before.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. 1932. So that's the crew. Thanks to these guys. All right, we went to Montezuma Castle. Now we're at Tuzigoot. Tuzigoot, and this is the trail right here. This is gorgeous. It's up on a mountain here, huh? I can't believe they excavated this.
What did they say? 8,000 people lived here.
Yes, and what's so cool is how they excavated it. In what, 1935? They finally finished.
33. Finished in 34.
34.
Yeah.
So that was their view. This is their plot of land, and that was their view. They actually saw the same view we're watching right now. We're looking out right now. Thousands of years ago. Had to be at the same time as
It was.
It was the
Yes.
Montezuma Castle.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this. Actually, you get to actually see where they live. Please stay off the walls. Look at this. This was someone actually lived right here. What is this? Rooms? Let's look at the information. Yeah, from a few rooms on the hilltop to a 110-room pueblo, this dwelling transformed over centuries as increasing numbers of people came together to form a community. So people actually lived here. These are rooms. And they were smart because look at the view. That was their view. Which room do you want to live in,
That's
Lovey?
probably gonna. Let's stick. I think we come back down that way, so let's go.
Okay.
We'll come back around. Look at this view.
I know. It's unbelievable. Buried in the mountain.
Yeah.
Look all the jewelry. The plants that they what do you call it? Cotton and corn.
Even down there.
What? Oh, there's more down there. I wonder why they left, right? You watch that little cliff right there. You don't want to go off the cliff. Because I want to go to Machu Picchu in Peru. Imagine going up in the mountains, and this is the style. Oh, there's tons of room behind you. Look at that. It's just all over the area. Condos everywhere. Different levels. Different levels. Look at this side. Turn around. Look at that.
Yeah.
The top room of the Tuzigoot Pueblo had a roof reconstructed in 1934, shortly after the excavation of the site. Since then, visitors have had the opportunity to enter and observe our interpretation of what fully constructed room may have looked like. What's behind there?
There's a piece of plywood, so you can't really see nothing. You can see to the other side.
Interesting. Can you imagine sleeping here over the night? Camping out. Look at this site. Oh, can you imagine during the winter all the snow that will cover their houses here? Their rooms? And these had rooftops. It's hilltop living. This is so cool, right? Look at all the stone, all the rocks. that they used with the clay. Their building materials. I love the rustic look. I can never get bored of the rustic look. Huh, Lovey? It's so beautiful.
That section there. They started building this around 1100. That's a long time ago.
Yes, it is.
You were just a small child at that time.
Yeah, I was just a small child. Thank you. And if you lived here back when this was a going place, you would have seen walls, ladders, people climbing ladders to get on the roof, because that's where the door to your house was. You climbed up, you walked on the floor, and you found the hatchway to your house. Down into your house you go.
Nice.
And we call the people Sanawan. We don't know what they called themselves. All of our prehistoric cultures have been named by archaeologists. We don't know what they called
Oh,
themselves.
wow. Okay. I didn't even know what to call them.
Yeah.
Well,
thought that
Sanawa,
was the-
do you speak any Spanish?
Yes, I do.
So you know what Sanawa means then.
Sanawa. I never heard the word Sanawa.
Well, it's two words, Sinawa,
Oh, without water.
without water. Exactly.
I knew.
Okay, so, and this worked real well till about 1400,
Mhm.
and they started moving on.
So Sinawa. That's how you say it. That's
Well, actually, it comes
Without
out more like
water.
Sanawa.
Sinawa. Okay, they say it more.
Yeah, it runs it all together.
It all runs
Don't
it
put
together.
too much Spanish.
Sinawa.
Yeah.
Sinawa.
So then,
Sinawa.
1400, they started moving on. And it fell apart because the only thing that held the rocks together was mud. Dirt from the ground, water from the river.
And it falls apart during
Yeah.
the years.
It falls apart over a week.
A week.
So
Oh.
just like one of the jobs that we all, in our culture, in our society, every day we have to wash dishes or sweep a floor or, domestic chores.
Yeah.
One of their domestic chores was to replace the mud in the wall.
Oh, so how many days? How many did they do it? Every 30 days or every month?
I don't know, but it
You
was
don't
quite
know?
frequent.
It probably just never ended. It's like
Yeah.
it's
It'd
like
be kind of like painting
Yeah.
painting a huge long bridge. You start at one end, by the time you get to the other, it's time to go on the other end.
yeah.
Yep.
So at any rate, when they left, there was no one left to do it. So it all fell apart. Picture 3, 1933-34. The government hired some workers
1934.
to excavate this. Not because we needed to have it excavated, but to give them a job, to give them something to do so they could pay them.
During the Depression.
CCCWPA. Do you do any hiking in Sedona or anything?
We're gonna do all that the next days. All the next days we're gonna do that. So
Okay, well,
beautiful,
a lot of
Sedona.
those trails you're hiking on up there would have been made by the CCC.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So the
And-
1930s, right?
33, 34.
Okay.
And at least for this case. And on into the 30s, maybe for Sedona.
Show them. Look.
And you can see there the walls that they
That's so.
discovered.
That's the way. That's what they found.
Right. And so then they had to stabilize
Yes,
and reinforce.
exactly. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a very interesting place.
It is. It's kind of like if you think about. We haven't gone there, but it's on my bucket list. Machu Picchu and
Yeah.
and Peru.
Yeah.
And like what we just saw today too, went to the Montezuma Castle.
Yeah.
That's interesting because how did they climb up there? It was pretty up
They
high.
have ladders.
Ladders, tall ladders. I guess
Yes,
they
ladders, just like they got into their homes here.
walked.
I
Okay.
These
think
walls would be up. You'd have a wall,
Uh-huh.
a roof.
Yeah.
Ladder would be here.
Yeah.
I think they had better air conditioning over there,
Yep. Definitely.
being built in that rock.
Oh yeah, that kept them cool for sure.
Oh well.
With
one
all
second, I'm in there.
Okay, go ahead, drink your water. Yeah, 'cause it's hot. Interesting views.
These walls, you notice how thick they are.
That's what kept them cool.
They would have been they're highly insulative.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep the hot air out, and in the wintertime, they would have a little hearth fire to cook with,
Mhm.
and that would warm the place up.
But it was probably covered with like timber, right? Yeah, mostly.
Roof.
Most-
Okay.
mostly
Now they
wood.
build
Find
the
some
walls
video
up,
clips to put in and show.
and then they put big beams called vigas. supported by some beams underneath,
Yeah.
and they put smaller beams called latillas. And then they would cross-hatch some and then put some mud up there, and that kept the rain out.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're
What
welcome.
was your name again?
Chris.
Chris. Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for all that information. We'll keep researching.
Yeah, it's a really interesting place.
It is. I love all that history. Different views, huh? Well, look, you can
beautiful.
see them where they have the pottery. Let's walk into here so you can show them. Look right here. We'll show them inside the
Yeah,
house.
let's
the
make it quick.
All the pottery work that they did
A little cooking.
for their cooking and their water. Can you imagine? This was that was their home. They lived out here. And they had to do their grocery shopping. They had to do their
I'm
hunting,
sure this is full of
farming. Yep, more rooms down there. Looks like there was rooms going all the way down to the bottom, right? Because there's rooms down there too. They're smart because they use the materials around them, and it blends into the aesthetics of the mountains. All the colors. So it would blend in into the mountains. Now it's all downhill mountain. I like all the different colors.